How is it possible that the best performing stock of the last 30 years is not a tech company? Tech giants like Nvidia, Apple, or Microsoft have completely changed the world and added trillions of dollars to the global economy. And yet, none of them is number one. This is almost unbelievable. But the best performing stock of the last 30 years has not moved humanity forward. It does only one thing, and it does it well. It sells sugary caffeinated drinks. It is not Coca Cola. It is not Pepsi. It is Monster Energy. Since its stock market debut in 1990, Monster beverage shares have gone up by 250,000%. To put that into perspective, if you had invested $1,000 in Monster shares 30 years ago, those shares would be worth $2,500,000 today. A similar investment in Microsoft at the same time would have only returned $150,000. Now, of course, these simulations should always be taken with a grain of salt, but a performance like this, sustained over 30 years, cannot be built on nothing. This is the unknown but incredible story of Monster, a story built on scandals, marketing copied straight from Red Bull, dirty competition, and a mysterious 74-year-old CEO who has never given a single interview in his life. The man behind the phenomenal success of Monster is called Rodney Sachs. If you have never heard of him, that is completely normal. This billionaire entrepreneur has done everything in his power to stay out of the spotlight. Sachs never gives interviews. He has no social media profiles, and his Wikipedia page is less than 15 lines long. A true ghost, running the most profitable company in the world. What little we know is that he was born in 1950 in Johannesburg, South Africa. He studied law, joined the biggest law firm in the country, and spent 20 years climbing to the very top. Then one morning in 1989, he woke up and decided he was done. He packed his bags, moved his family to California, and started over. Sachs wanted one thing: to become an entrepreneur. So he did what any smart outsider would do. Instead of starting from scratch in a country where he knew nobody, he bought a struggling drinks company that already had something he desperately needed: a distribution network. That company was called Hansen, a family fruit juice business founded in California in 1935 that had made one too many bad decisions and ended up filing for bankruptcy in the late 1980s. He spent the next 4 years restructuring the business from the ground up, and in 1995, Hansen launched its first smoothie line. It was a success. That same year, for the first time in a long time, the company posted a profit. But that success would not last long. In 1997, Red Bull landed in the United States with a brand new category of product: energy drinks. And they were taking over the market with absolutely nobody to compete against them. Hansen saw the opportunity and moved fast. They launched their own energy drink that same year. But they made one critical mistake. They targeted the wrong people. They tried to sell it to the same health-conscious smoothie drinkers who bought their juices instead of going after the real target: young rebels aged 18 to 25. The drink flopped, and for several years, Hansen Energy went nowhere. So Sachs and his team decided to start from scratch. New recipe, more sugar, more caffeine. They hired a designer to create a brand new extreme identity. And in 2002, the Monster Energy can was born. While Red Bull sold thin 250 milliliter cans, Monster came in at 500 milliliters. The thinking was simple: this is not Europe, this is the United States, the country of go big or go home. And the masterstroke was pricing. Monster sold their giant can at the exact same price as a Red Bull. So the young American standing in front of the drinks aisle had a very simple choice: the small European can or the giant American one, for the same price. The marketing was just as aggressive: branded stands, neon-lit fridges, university campuses, extreme sports sponsorships, NASCAR, skateboarding, motocross. Monster did not just sell a drink, it sold an identity. As Monster grew bigger, the media and health authorities started paying attention. Energy drinks were being linked to sudden deaths in young people with heart conditions. Some politicians were even calling for a minimum age to buy them, just like alcohol. Sachs was eventually forced out of the shadows to testify in front of the US Congress. But here is the thing: all that negative press did something nobody expected. It made Monster even more popular. Suddenly, Monster was the drink your parents did not want you to have, the drink your teachers warned you about, the drink your politicians were trying to ban. And for a rebellious 18 to 25-year-old, there is no better marketing than that. But what truly took Monster to a global level was a phone call from the biggest drinks company in the world. In 2014, Coca Cola bought 17% of Monster for $2.15 billion and became their main distributor. Monster cans were now plugged directly into Coca Cola's global distribution network, and that changed everything. Because wherever a Coca Cola can could reach, a Monster can could reach too. Every supermarket, every corner store, every small village in the middle of nowhere. From that moment, Monster's revenue nearly tripled, going from $2.5 billion in 2014 to $6.3 billion in 2023. The dominance of Red Bull was now seriously under threat. But success always attracts competition. And by 2022, the most dangerous threat was a brand called Bang. On the market since 2012, Bang had become the most aggressive challenger in the space. They were spending more money on online marketing than any other food and beverage company in the world. Everywhere on TikTok, targeting young people with a product containing twice the caffeine of a Monster can. And it was working. Bang was growing fast and eating into Monster's market share. Sachs watched Bang's rise carefully, and then he made his move. In 2018, Monster sued Bang for false advertising over an ingredient called supercreatine. The claim was simple. Bang was lying to its customers about what was actually inside the can. Monster won the case. Bang was ordered to pay $300 million in damages, but the lawsuit was just the beginning. Already drowning in debt and facing multiple legal battles on different fronts, Bang had no way out. They declared bankruptcy. And a few months later, in a move that surprised nobody who had been paying attention, Sachs bought them for pennies on the dollar. The exact same playbook he had used 30 years earlier with Hansen. Identify a struggling competitor, wait for the right moment, and buy them when they are on their knees.